This microcredential deals with plant propagation and consists of 5 targeted skills. This targeted skill addresses Plant Propagation Overview. Horticulture is the branch of plant agriculture that deals with garden crops, fruits, vegetables, and ornamental plants. It is the cultivation and management of these plants. Plant propagation is a part of horticulture in which a section of an existing plant is removed and grown into a new plant by any number of natural or artificial methods. Plant propagation usually is easier and less expensive than buying a new plant, although it will take longer to get that mature plant. Also, propagation can be used to save a healthy part of a dying or diseased plant. How can more plants be created from parent plants? Basically, there are 2 main types of plant propagation: asexual and sexual. Asexual plant propagation involves taking a part of one parent plant and causing it to regenerate itself into a new plant. An example is the clusters of spider plants that hang off of the larger original plant. All are genetically identical since there was one parent. Another example of asexual propagation is when a piece from the parent plant, such as a stem, is forced to regenerate into a new plant, as occurs with blackberry plants. Asexual propagation is essentially cloning the original plant, since we are using either the plant's roots, stems, or leaves. An example is a pineapple. It was not produced from a planted seed. It is the result of a mother plant producing offsets, or little side plants. Offsets were produced asexually by one parent. Each is separated from the original plant, transplanted to a new location, and grown to form a new plant. Major reasons for plant asexual propagation include: 1. To preserve the genetic characteristics of the parent plant, which is the most important reason. To produce plants that do not usually produce viable seeds that grow into plants, such as bananas or seedless grapes. And 3. To create plants that produce seeds that are difficult to sprout and grow into more plants, like willow trees. Sexual propagation is begun with using the seeds of a plant. It is a common practice to use seeds for many annuals, that is, plants that usually live for only 1 year. Sexual propagation involves 2 parent plants that combine their genetic characteristics to produce offspring. For this to occur, floral parts of the plants are involved. Sometimes insects, such as bees and butterflies, assist in pollination to transfer pollen from the male part of a flower to the female part of another flower of the same species. The flower's egg cells are fertilized and results in producing seeds that have the combined genes of both parents. Some offspring characteristics may appear that might not be seen in either parent. An example is cross-pollinating a red flower pea plant with a white flower pea plant that results in a pink flowering offspring. Flowering plants may produce sexually with seeds resulting from 2 parents. However, it may take longer to produce a mature plant with seeds than using an asexual propagation method. For example, perennials that live for several years, such as tulips and daffodils, are much more of a challenge to grow from seeds. Asexual propagation will be more effective in growing them in a shorter period of time. On a final note, what type of plant propagation will be best in growing new plants depends on when and how soon they are needed, what the environmental conditions are, and the cost and labor of producing them.